Okay, guys, so do you guys want to start with Druid because it's the first class that I see up here?
Yeah, that sounds logical. Let's just go in order.
Okay, guys, so what is your thoughts on Splinter Graft?
Alright, well, I thought that
Too slow.
this card was terrible, but I tried making a deck with Stone Tusk 4, and I still thought it was terrible, so not terrible.
Terrible?
It's not
How
the
are we,
worst
how are we
thing in
doing
the
our
world.
rankings? Should we just do terrible, bad, average, good, amazing? Like not stars or anything? We don't want to.
Broken.
Oh, broken.
Can't forget about broken.
Okay,
I think this card's okay. I don't know if it's terrible. It's probably a bad card.
I don't think
For
it'll see constructed play.
I might want to use stars.
you want to use
A
stars?
bit easier. I think it's like a 2-star card.
Um,
It's got some potential, but it's probably not very
I say 1 star.
I'm gonna say, I think it's 1 star. I don't think it's gonna see play.
It's just an 8-mana 8/8.
I think Druid is gonna have better archetypes for this. I mean, like, I think maybe in the future, if they add some crazy card that, like, with 10 attack, it would be broken, then, like, maybe this would see play. But, like, in the current meta, it's like, you're putting this on, like, a boar, or, like, maybe you're just putting this to get, like, another big card in your hand. Like, I don't think it's good enough to see play right now in the current Druid
So
list.
it has combo potential with like Happy Ghoul or anything else that reduces it. Like Arcane Tyrant. That's another card it combos with. But
I don't know. It seems a little too slow for like current Druid meta. Like I think you
yeah, I
want to
don't
be
even
playing
agree.
other cards in your Druid list. It's like you're either playing token and going like aggro-ish, or you're going like a completely different route. And I don't think this fits into either of
You
them.
see, I don't know realistically what Druid's going to be doing this expansion because it doesn't have very good cards. I
Yeah,
think
I think
I think the
overall,
best Druid deck is probably Spiteful Druid or maybe something with Whispering Woods. That's about it. I think that's all they got.
yeah. So I think so. Me and Simon are both with the 1, and you're with the 2. Did you say or?
Yeah, I guess because
Okay.
it's not the worst card in the world.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I just don't think it's gonna see much play. It might in the future though, depending on what cards Druid gets later. I guess I don't know. It's an interesting card for sure though. Like you're adding a huge card into your hand. Like you can mess around with it. Could be fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, what about Dusk Fallen Aviana?
0
Terrible.
stars.
Yeah, this is easily one of the worst cards in the set. The only way
I
this
feel-
sees any play.
You can see this in like tournament play.
I don't know. Like it's
I
so
don't
like
think so.
like people compare this to Temporis, but it's so much worse because Temporis always lands, right? Like you do give your opponent the 2 turns, but sometimes your opponent can't use those 2 turns. But your opponent can always use like a card. You know, like if they get a 0-mana card, that can just be absolutely devastating. Like the only way this will ever see play is if they make like a possessed lackey or something that recruits this or pulls it from your hand.
I guess it is just kind of like a win more card. It's interesting though that it's only 5 mana. You can play it alongside other stuff.
Because like as
Yeah,
a
but you
combo
don't get a
card,
benefit from it.
Yeah, not until next turn. But then, like, it might just be scary enough where it's like kind of like taunt, right? Like on
But
it.
then, but they also get to play. They get to
Yeah,
play their card for
that's
0
what-
mana first.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think this would ever see play on ladder, but like in like tournament, you could see it like being used against like aggro or something, where like they don't have like crazy big cards, right?
I think it's pretty win more against aggro. I mean, like
I mean, it is
aggro
kind
has
of
a
win
lot
more.
of
I don't know. I
aggro
feel
has
like
a lot of tools.
okay. Well, think about it like this though. Like, what if you have like a taunt on 4, right? I don't know, cause it's Druid, so you play the Grizzly or whatever it was, right? The 4-mana 3/6. Okay.
Mhm.
So, well, you did the what's it called? You recruited it out, right? So now you're versing aggro. You drop this on 5, right? Like, what if they can't kill it? Like, you just probably win.
Well, what if you just give them a 0-mana Tarim then? You know, and then you just lose like on the spot because you gave them a 0-mana Tarim.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm just thinking more like it's like okay, you're versing like I don't know, like Warlock or like Hunter or something. I mean, it's still probably scary to play, but like I feel like it could be seen in like tournament play.
I don't know. I don't think this fits it. Like, what are you using this card for? Like, the best way to use this card probably would be cheating out UI. Because
Yeah.
that's, like, the most consistent way of using it. Like, as a combo card, it's never going to work. Because combo decks are pretty light on threats, so they're always going to have removal for this card. And against aggro, it just doesn't really do anything.
Yeah. I mean, I'm probably gonna say still 1 star. I don't think it's gonna see play anytime soon.
I give it a 100% 1-star.
Yeah, me too. It's just
Okay,
not
what about Gloomstag?
this isn't good either. Odd Druid's not gonna be.
Yeah, I know you don't like odd or even decks like at all.
Well, I mean, like, what are you gonna like? I can at least see the merits of some decks. Like Odd Druid, no, I
Yeah,
can't see it.
actually, I don't. This card's
You
really
lose
bad.
way too much. You lose
Yeah.
swipe, you lose wild growth,
I don't.
Grass.
you lose
I
spreading
mean,
plague.
just looking at this, even like if you had like an odd deck, like a 5-mana 4/8 with taunt is like good. Don't get me
It's
wrong,
okay.
but it's not like game like destroying. You don't just like
Yeah,
instantly
it's
win
not
the
really
game.
worth building a deck around. For, I
Yeah,
guess.
and that's like the only one, right? Like they don't. Yeah, they don't have anything else. They didn't
And I
even-
mean, like, Dire Shapeshifter is definitely good. It's one of the better ones, but even still, like, you have to give up too much to play it.
Yeah, I don't know. Seems kind of bad. I give it 1 star. I don't think it's gonna
1
see
star.
any play because Odd Druid just won't see play. Okay, what about Whispering Woods?
This is easily the best Druid card in the entire set
Alex's
because
favorite card.
I mean, it's not even my favorite card. Like, you can see a lot of opinions from like big streamers that everyone thinks this card's good. Like, look how powerful this card is. It can very consistently be, you know, like 6 wisp or 7 wisp on turn 4.
4 mana, 7/7.
And I mean, Druid has a lot of enablers for that kind of thing. It's hard to see like, exactly if that deck's gonna be good, but if it's good, this card's gonna carry it.
I mean, I think it's like, I think it's alright.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's like, I don't know if it's crazy good. Summon.
I'm not.
I mean, I don't know. It seems kind of. Seems a little too much in the middle for me. I don't know. Cause like, you're summoning a 1/1 wisp for each card in your hand, right? So you want like if you want a lot of wisps, you want a lot of cards in your hand. But if you're playing token, you're probably not necessarily gonna have a lot of cards in your hand.
Well, I mean, you're not playing like an aggro deck with this card.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you're gonna like buff up your stuff. I feel like there's just better like other better ways to get the board like filled than like this.
Not really. I mean, like, what?
Maybe this is like another one. I don't know.
This is another good way to fill the board, and
Yeah,
I think it's pretty
true.
consistent at what it does. I think it's good. I'm not sure if the deck will be good, but I think this card will eventually see play at some point. I think it's a 4-star card.
I give it.
I'm not sure if it's like breaking the game, but
I give
I
it
just feel like it's really easy to remove unless you can buff it like that turn.
it's one card, you know.
So is Stand Against Darkness.
Well, that sees play.
Yeah,
This is
but it's
better than
really,
Standing Against Darkness.
really easy
I
to
mean,
remove. That's what
well,
I'm-
I mean, like, it's one of the like the thing about Standing Against Darkness, and the biggest reason why it sees play is because Paladin has so many ways to flood the board that eventually you just run them out of AOE, and they can't deal with one Stand Against Darkness
Oh,
so you just
God,
wreck them with a bunch
that's
of,
true.
I mean,
with a bunch of dudes. synergy.
maybe like I guess like later. Maybe you can just like play this in like a normal like druid deck anyway, kinda. It'd be interesting. Like you don't even have to
Maybe.
like you don't have to like build your deck around like the idea of just flooding the board. You just kind of have this card to flood the board and like risk like and like I don't know have like just like this card and like Savage Roar in your list, right? And then it's like oh if it sticks now you have like a huge massive like damage and if it doesn't they just wasted like AOE which you know Druid doesn't mind.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if like you need to build a deck around it even, cause like you know how like in the past token has just been like straight like that's all you have. Like maybe you don't do that with this card. It's just like another way to fill up your board. Cause Druid hasn't really been able to do that like all too often until like as of late, and it's obviously been like it was really broken for a while. Like that was just like everyone hated it.
I'm not sure if it's too strong without like taking advantage of the tokens in some way, but I don't know.
No, I don't know. I mean, I just like the idea of like, cause like people aren't gonna like, they're gonna like throw a lot at your wisps. Like if you just summon a ton of them, like they're gonna be scared, even if your deck's not built around it. They don't, cause
Well,
they don't
yeah.
know, right?
I mean, like when you
Also,
see
like-
like someone throw out a Standing Against Darkness, you get terrified. of
Yeah,
that shit.
exactly, right. That's my point.
But I mean, like if you're bluffing it, I don't know.
I mean, you don't have to necessarily be bluffing it. I'm just saying it's like, okay, maybe you have like, you know, 2 copies of Savage Roar, and like, what if you happen to stick the board, and it's just like, okay, you have a Savage Roar that's so much damage.
Oh, I think Branching Paths is much better than Roar. By the way,
Yeah, I
for
guess
this type of
branching
deck.
paths.
Because it's super flexible. Like you don't have
Yeah.
to like all in on the charge like finisher.
See, that's my point, exactly. See, the branching, see, like, you don't have to fit in the Savage Roars. Branching paths is already gonna be in your Druid list, like, 100% of the time.
That's what makes this so potent, I guess, because Branching Paths is such a good card for like a defensive druid list, and it like double synergizes with these type of cards.
Okay, I'll agree with you on like 4. I think it's just I think potential is like a lot for this card.
I think it's got a lot of potential.
I don't know about Druid right now though. I don't think
It's
Druid's
one of the only. It's like one of the 2 good druid cards in the set.
I don't think Druid's in a great place. Like I think,
Probably not.
like in comparison to what everyone else is getting, they didn't get a lot, so
Yeah, and some of their cards are just absolute trash.
yeah, okay, let's go on to the next card. So Bewitched Guardian, the first, well, I guess kinda second card of
I
Hand
like-
Druid. Kinda? I don't know.
I don't like hand druid. I just
Yeah, I'm aware. I mean, I think it's just another archetype that they're like trying to give to druids, like trying to see if it would work with like since Beast Druid. I'm not.
This is
Really,
an okay enabler. I think it's better than Twilight Drake for druid because you can run Oaken summons, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem that great.
I mean, if Hand Druid works out, this card would be definitely top tier. It would definitely be like one of their better cards. It gives you guaranteed like
Yeah.
big taunt, but I don't know. I don't think Hand
It does-
Druid's gonna be great.
It does double down on silence, which really
Yeah, it's
sucks.
really easy to silence. Really weak to silence.
Yeah, and there's kind of, well, I mean, I don't know how much silence there's gonna be ran in the meta. I mean, I
Well,
would
with
assume
Void
the
Lord
same.
staying around?
Yeah. So I don't know. I give it a 1 because it'd only be seen in Hand Druid. And I don't think Hand Druid's gonna be a thing.
I mean,
I think I'll give it a 2.
I'll
It's
give
not-
it 2 because like it doesn't have to strictly be a hand druid. It could be like a ramp. where you
Nah,
just
I don't think so. I don't think you'd see play in one of those decks. I think you just have better cards, to be honest.
probably.
Although I would say, because these cards are all in Arena, right? I feel like in Arena, you wouldn't be too sad having that card in your draft. I just don't think there's enough potential for it in like Constructed. I feel like there's just better. I mean, I don't like I said. I don't think Druid's gonna be great, but I don't think whatever archetype they're gonna be building, I don't think it's gonna have that card in it.
I don't really want to talk about Arena, but I don't think it's that great in Arena because Twilight Drake's like what, consistently a 4/5. So this would be also a 4/5, right? Because you'd have
I mean,
like,
it's later mana though, so like you
well,
might
I mean,
have
like you're
like
playing cards on curve, right? I mean, you could draw some cards, but
Yeah.
whatever.
okay, Forest Guide. This card's garbage. Yeah,
That's
complete
awful.
trash.
Moving on, 1 star.
Yeah, there's nothing much more to say about it. It's a 1/6 that you just give a card to your opponent.
Yeah.
You can pull it with Oaken summons, but that's about it.
And I mean,
Well,
like, it's not a
just, like, It
threat.
benefits them first.
Yeah, and it's like 1 attack, so it's not even like a threat. You're like drawing 1 extra card. Like, that's not a big deal because they're drawing it first. Like, it's just bad. I don't know. I don't know what they were
If you
doing.
want to
with
mill
this-
someone and play Naturalize.
I'll be like, I'll actually laugh if this card sees like play and it's like competitive.
Yeah, I'd be shocked.
Yeah.
I mean,
No
maybe,
druid, baby.
with Cold Light rotating, I don't think you're playing.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so the next card, Witching Hour, 3 mana, summon random friendly beast that died this game.
I don't think Beast Druid is ever gonna work. So
I mean, I think
isn't Menagerie Warden cycling?
what are some good beast cards like one-ofs that you could play in a druid deck?
Play Devil's Sword.
Okay, yeah, wait. What if you just play Devil's Sword and then have this card?
The biggest problem I have with this
You
card
have
is
to
that
play Devil's Sword first.
Yeah, so
this card is terrible with Spreading Plague and Malfurion.
ooh, that is a problem, isn't it?
Oh yeah, with those nice one.
Okay, actually that's a good point. That's actually kind of a large problem.
This card is good itself, but it just doesn't synergize with the Druid class.
No, yeah, you're definitely right. Cause like what I'm
You're-
thinking is like you play this with like like a not like combo deck, but kind of combo-y where you like play those big like beasts and then just try to summon them back. But in all those
Yeah.
decks, you're gonna be playing Spreading Plague and like things that get you to late game. So
Yeah,
yeah,
you can't stall.
ah man, yeah, that's a good point. So I don't know if this will actually
1
see them.
star. Because of that.
Maybe when it rotates.
Okay, yeah,
but
wait,
no,
those
like,
rotate. Yeah, those rotate, right? Like eventually.
Yeah, in a year.
Yeah. I
One
don't
mean, you
know.
never know.
Okay, I think
it's,
Witching-
it's definitely a powerful card.
Yeah, Witching Hours, it looks really strong. Summon a random friendly beast. If you're playing like only
Yeah.
a couple big beasts and you're guaranteed a big beast back for 3 mana, that's a big deal. So I definitely wouldn't say 1. In the current state, where Druid is playing, it has way too many of the cards that summon beasts for you that are bad. So I'm gonna have to say, I want to say 2 stars as of current, because I think it could see play in like some certain decks where you're just not playing those, but it's not gonna be like meta defining for them yet. In the future, I definitely could see it being like a top tier card for Druid, honestly.
I guess I'll go with 2.
I could see you could
Sorry.
play. I think you could play a deck like in the future when things like that rotate. You could play a deck in the future where you're playing like this is the card you're playing with, right? And you're building a deck around it.
And I feel like it might need more support because like Resurrect, Big Priest didn't kind of become that much a thing until they had Eternal Servitude.
Yeah, exactly. They just kind
I
of
mean, it's
added
probably
more.
gonna get support.
Yeah, you have to figure this is gonna like they're gonna eventually a good beast is gonna come around. Like something's gonna like help this.
I mean, like, look at Gul'dan, right? When that card came out, it had terrible support. I mean, like, are they just not gonna make a good demon or like a? I guess they could never make a ton. But I mean, they did make Void Lord, so I didn't really expect a Void Lord to exist. I did kind of expect some soft nudging, like, hey, here's like a better taunt beast or taunt demon. But then they made Void Lord, and then they made a way to cheat out Void Lord. So I don't know. Then Gul'dan kind of became like an 11 power level card, but hey.
It's like, what did it hook to Reaver? That's a 4-mana 7/7 taunt. But it's just like, if it weren't a demon, that card would be broken.
Well, it's not a taunt when it reses.
Well, when it's a
Okay.
7/7, it is.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
So let's go on to the next one. So Simon, what do
I'd
you
say
wait,
it's a
actually?
3-star. Well, actually, it's 2-star, but it gets a lot better as time goes on. I
Okay,
think.
and then what are you giving it, Simon?
1-star for now.
1 star for now. Okay, I'm going with 2 star with potential of 4. To be honest.
Yeah, I think it'd be a 4. Maybe
Okay.
even a 5.
Druid of the Scythe. Choose
Not
one.
good enough stats.
Transform into a 4/2 of Rush or 2/4 of Taunt. See, I mean, like Alex said, we don't want to get into like Arena. This is like textbook Arena card. Like, you just kind of like have this in your deck, and it's just like an alright card. Nothing special.
Yeah, it's
Like,
not. It's
when
not
you
great.
look at this and then you look at Tark Reaper.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just not great. Like,
Yeah,
4/2
both
Rush.
forms are mediocre.
I mean, like, 4/2 Rush isn't bad, though, because it's just like board clear. But I don't know.
I mean, you're looking at a bad Huffer here, and
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. 3 mana is kind of an interesting mana count on it, though.
I mean, do you ever feel good about trading with Huffer? I don't know. Maybe sometimes.
Well, see,
they
I
got,
feel like
a-
Hunter wants more damage on face, and like Druid wants to like maybe just clear the board more. I don't know. Like, I'm not really sure. I
I
don't
think
think.
again the biggest nail in the coffin. Sorry, but the biggest nail in the coffin for this card is Oaken Summons.
Yeah, that's in. Yeah, Oaken Summons is pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. Probably 1. It's not gonna see play.
Yeah, I give it 1.
1. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Ferocious Howl, 3 mana, draw a card, gain 1 armor for each card in your hand. Okay, I would say this is probably the
Better
second.
shield
This
block.
is the second best Druid card probably coming out, right?
This card seems quite good.
I mean, it's just straight survivability. It's gonna see play, right? Like 100%.
Yeah, I don't really see it not.
I guess so.
I think in every current list you're playing this, like in Druid, right? Like the current like archetype, right? Because you just use UI, you draw tons of cards, and then you pull these, right? And the next turn you just gain a ton more armor and you're living forever, right?
Seems like one of those 28 and 29 card, or the 29 and 30th card of the deck. You know, it's just
Well, yeah,
kind of on the low end of power level.
like I don't. So like we say, is 5 is what we're saying is like it's like meta defining. Is like that what we're gonna stick with for 5?
It's probably like a 3.
I think Ferocious Howl's a 4, dude. I think it's gonna see play in every Druid list.
I think it's okay, but I don't know. It's not.
I don't know. I just don't think Druid really needs that much card draw. It's already got like Wrath and Nourish and UI. So like, does really want 3 mana for another card?
I
And it
mean,
can
I feel
already
like
get
this
tons of
card.
armor.
I don't know. I think this card's is really good because it's like it gives you survivability. It gives you better survivability than like most other cards in Druid, and it draws you a card to get you deeper into your deck. I feel like it's just really good. It's gonna get you to all your big threats.
It's a pretty good cycle card.
Yeah, I think it's just really
I'm not sure
good.
if you want a cycle card. It's alright.
It's a really bad top deck.
I guess so. I mean, how often are you top decking as Druid, though?
I mean, yeah, if you get down and you only have like 1 card in your hand, like yeah, you're not happy.
Hey man, it's still a cycle card, you know? It's like drawing
Yeah.
a wild growth when you're top decking. Anyway, it was a terrible top deck, but that doesn't stop it from being the best card in the game.
I mean, yeah, at least you draw another card with this. I mean, like, I don't think we should think about the card where it's like, oh yeah, if you top deck this in the very last situation, you're gonna be upset, because that's a lot of Druid like ramp cards, you know. And then, I mean, this isn't a ramp card, but like, it's gonna get you to the rest of the cards that you want.